So I'm Mika, right? I'm 19 years old. I dropped out of high school. I smoked weed for 3 years straight, like 10 times a day. I had depression. I jumped out of a car going 40 miles an hour. I went to so many mental institutions and been to so many juveniles. It's just, I can't cope with the reality of life. Like living for no purpose hurts me. And the thought of death, like you don't know what death is, and that triggers me. I'm so afraid of life. I'm so afraid because I love people. I'm so in love. I love too much. My mother, I never want her to die. My brothers, my sisters, my loved ones, I never want them to perish. I don't know what to do with this life that I have. But I know I can inspire people. Because I inspire myself. And if I can inspire myself, this depressed, impulsive person that I am, I know I can inspire someone who's just feeling low on their luck. I stopped smoking weed 3 days ago. 3 days ago. So I robbed this guy from shrooms, right? For some shrooms. And I was so upset. I was so upset. I was robbing people because I was angry at my dad because he wouldn't accept me as his son, like, because I would smoke weed every single day, and I'm telling him like weed is not that bad, like you don't understand, like I have depression, like it's an addiction to me, like you don't understand. And he was calling me pussy, and he told me, once you stop making excuses for yourself, then you could come and live in my house. And I was homeless for 6 months, and it was insane. I felt like I was going crazy. I didn't know what position I was supposed to be in life. I didn't want to attend school. I don't want to work for no minimum wage. I don't want to work under anybody. Like I'm my own person. I want to live my own life and I want to be happy. And just from 3 days ago I wasn't happy. And I couldn't put my finger on why I wasn't happy. So I would smoke all my emotions away, my time away. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. Hopefully next week will be better. Hopefully next year will be better. And 1 year turned to two, 2 years turned to three, and then I started noticing. When I took those mushrooms, I stole like 8 grams of mushrooms from this guy. And he's not a good guy, so that's why I have no remorse for it. But yeah, and this psychedelic, I've never tried it before, so I didn't know how to take them. And so I just took all of them all at once. Just fuck it, just take the whole bag. So I took 8 grams of mushrooms, and 1 hour passed, and 2 hours passed, and I felt like I wasn't gonna feel nothing. And then I started noticing that it's not a body high. It's not a high that you're supposed to feel. It's like a mental. It's like you're supposed to think. And I was thinking so much, and I started noticing the way my father and my mother perceived me, and how they wanted me to what they wanted me to amount to, and how my ignorance wouldn't allow myself to see it. It's not that they hated me or they didn't love me. It's the fact that I didn't love myself enough to see how much opportunity they wanted me to have. I don't know how to say it. I stopped myself from everything that I could have amounted to. And I think a lot of people do that. where they let their past or memories from the past affect their present and their future. I couldn't become anybody else or anything else because I was so scared that if I do try to show even the smallest bit of expression or emotion, that people were gonna fuck me over. And you shouldn't live like that. You shouldn't live like that. There's so much more to life. So much more. So I fell asleep on those shrooms, and I started a fire because I was homeless, and it's like 30 degrees outside. And it was in a barn. And in the process of almost burning down that barn and barely getting out of there, I realized that I needed to change my life around. I felt like death was around the corner, and it was just slowly catching up to me. And I was in tears, asking my parents for help, that I was addicted and I need help. And my father told me, "You're not addicted. You're just your mentality's shot. You're small-minded. You're not addicted." And I let those words sink in. Instead of getting upset that he's telling me I'm small-minded, instead of allowing my emotions to get the best of me, I allowed those words to sink in and understand them. And then it hit me. I'm not addicted. And it was such a small little change in my brain that made such an impact. It's insane. Because these past 3 days, I've gone weed free. And I know people say that marijuana is not an addiction or whatever the fuck. Anything can become an addiction if you allow it to. But addictions don't define the person that you are. They hide the person that you are. And so for 19 years, I was hiding the person that I was. We're in October 2019. November of 2019. And I feel like this new year that's coming up, 2020, it's going to be my year. I want everybody to know that if I can do it, you can do it. I was at my lowest. I didn't have no home. I didn't have no food. I didn't have no job. All I had was a crippling addiction to weed. And every second I would wake up, I was so depressed with life if I wasn't smoking a blunt or hitting a pipe or a bong. If you don't understand, if I can get myself out of that position and perspective of life, then you can too. And the only way I did that was, I don't want to say the only way, but those mushrooms opened my mind to something else. I can't explain it. But I'm no longer the person that I was. No longer that addicted, depressed, impulsive person that I was. Now I'm slowly letting my emotions come back. If I get angry, I just take a deep breath and allow it to overpass or to subside. I don't let emotions trigger me to go smoke again. I understand that you need to feel in order to be human. Let that hurt, let that pain fuel you. Let it make you strong. There's no... What I'm trying to get at here is Don't let that kid that you were just die. That child that you were is the child that the adult that you're supposed to become. All these distractions in life, don't let it influence you. Influence yourself. Become the person that you want to be. No matter how many people talk shit, no matter how many people laugh at you, no matter how many people don't understand the dream that you see in here, make it reality. I know it's hard, but if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm gonna do it because I have passion. And I'm not gonna allow my life to slip away from me.